If we do things together well, almost perfectly, we could get in the range of 100,000 to 200,000 fatalities. We don't even want to see that.
I know, but you know, you kind of take my breath away with that, because what I hear you saying is that's sort of the best case scenario. If everything works and people do the things you're asking them to do, maybe you can hold the deaths to 100,000 to 200,000 in this country.
Well, the best case scenario would be 100% of Americans doing precisely what is required. But we're not sure, based on the data that you're sharing from around the world and seeing these pictures, that all of America is responding in a uniform way to protect one another.
Again, that is a best case scenario where everyone takes the threat seriously. It should be noted that the president was continually downplaying the threat up until just a few days ago. Right now, an increasing number of states are taking drastic measures with lockdown orders. Maryland, Virginia, and the District of Columbia today announced new orders for all residents to stay at home unless it is absolutely necessary to leave. In New York, the epicenter of the crisis, field hospitals are being built in Central Park as officials attempt to handle the surge in cases. A naval hospital ship has now docked in an attempt to help the city handle an overflow of non-coronavirus patients. And the crisis is taking its toll on medical workers as they face unimaginable burdens of too many patients and not enough basic equipment. As the New York Times reports, at least 2 nurses have now died. But as we await the latest from the White House, we do want to note 2 small pieces of hopeful news. Officials in the Seattle area, which was the epicenter of the nation's outbreak just a few weeks ago, now say that social distancing measures appear to be slowing the spread of the virus, although it is still spreading, just more slowly. And same goes for New York State, where cases were doubling every 2 days. Now they're doubling every 6 days. Still, both places have a long road ahead of them, as do we all.
Hello, YouTubers. If you're watching this, it means you've checked out our channel, so thank you. Now do me a favor, subscribe by clicking on that button down there. Click on any of the videos to watch the latest interviews and highlights from MTP Daily and MSNBC. You can get more Beat the Press content every morning in the First Read newsletter. If you're tired of content that you don't know anything about where it came from, you don't have to have that problem with us. NBC News, MSNBC, MTP, and the Meet the Press mindset right here for you on YouTube. Subscribe now.